Okay, so we have we've done most of this part in the last class. So we've taught Zoom, this and all of that. So we're going to look at this too. So I was trying to show you that from how you would download satellite image, but you didn't want that, so there's no problem. So MTL files and metadata. Basically, you can find that on any Landsat data you have downloaded. So I have some Landsat data I have downloaded here. So on the data set, so I have these two Landsat I downloaded for this images. So if I right click on it, this is how the data comes when you download them. So if I right click and I use 7-zip and then I extract. So when you open it, now you're going to see this is how the data are. We have the Landsat 8 data. Now this is the MTL file. Now this file consists of all the information on all the Landsat you're looking for. For example, if you want to calculate LST, you will need things like this radians, this quantize. You need this to be able to use as values for calculation, right? So that's the purpose of the MTL. It contains all the informations on this data, and I think it's basically the metadata, all right? So now we have, if you look at here, there is band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, band 5, band 6, band 7, band 7, then we have band 7, then we have band 10, I think this is the bands that are available here, and then we have the radian band and all of that. So this is how the data comes. This is Landsat 8 level 2 collection 2. So there's Landsat 8 collection level 2 collection 1. Those are not processed, but these have been processed. They have been pre-processed, that they don't have like atmospheric errors in it. So the radiometric error, they've been corrected from radiometric error. All right. So if we want to process this image, we've looked at this. Let's solve this issue first. Before, it's like I showed you the last time, how you can link your viewer to Google Earth. So this is how you do it, because you will need it for identifying anything on the ground. Now all you need to do is first you just click like this and drag so that to reduce this side. Then you take this one up. You take this one down. So you drag this one to be half screen. Then you open your Google Earth. The last time we used it, I made the Google Earth small, so it will remain like that. So you just, let's put the Google Earth somewhere here so that it can have, we just want it to be seen whatever is in here. Now the next thing is you must bring in a data. The data must be available for you to see what's on ground. So I've shown you that you can go to file to bring in data, or you right click on this and go to raster layer. So I have this, if I just click on any of them and click on OK, it will come in. So once it's in here, this is it. The next thing I will do is to come, you'll see your Google Earth up here. So you just come to connect to Google Earth. So once you do that, you see that these other ones, before now, if I off this, see that these ones are not showing. So once I click on connect to Google Earth, even if your Google Earth is not on, it will pop up your Google Earth and turn it on. But it's best you open it and split them into two like this. So the next is to merge Google Earth to viewer. Once I click on this, you see that this will start moving. It was initially not in Nigeria, but it's going to move into the location where that data is. So the next is to sync Google Earth to viewer. Once you do that, so anywhere, if I do this one now, you see that it will take it to this side directly. So you see it's moving up. If I go up, you see that it's also going up. Now, what this does for you is that in most cases, for example, if you look at here now, this thing, you don't know what it really is because the image is low. So once you zoom this up, you'll be able to see what is there with the aid of the Google Earth. That's why you need internet when you're doing this, because you need to know what is on the ground in order to be able to pick out those points. Now from here we're seeing that it is mostly vegetations. So you can see it's showing that it's vegetation and some bare lands. Are you getting it? So what this Google Earth does for you is that it helps you. Now this is showing that it is a built-up, but inside the built-up there are other reflectance, because what this one uses are pixels it uses. So those box, each box shows whatever it is, and the color of the box is what determines what is on the ground. So you see now, as I'm zooming up, it's showing other things. These ones are white. Any day of this one now, they're the one showing this white. This white are actually deep. And this white is showing what now? What is this thing? Do you know what this is? What is it?
In French.
Call it in French.
Mountain.
What is mountain in English now? You search it in French and bring it to English. That's how you learn. So search it and let me know what is it. That is not what, you don't even know what is here. What is here? This cannot be mountain. What is here? It's also not rock. What is here? This thing, what is it? What is bare land? Yes. Anne, hold on, sir. You don't speak Igbo, Abi? You don't speak Igbo, Abi?
Land.
What about built up?
Building.
Built up.
Built up. Like this.
Built up. That is not how to spell build. Even if you want to spell building, that's how to spell it.
Like this.
Spell building.
Building.
Spell it. See the spelling now. See the spelling down on your own, I did the same thing.
Building.
They're not the same thing. There is I here. So now remove the D-I-N-G and replace it with T. That is not even what I asked this girl to do. I'm not your English teacher. What is this telling you?
Shamaki.
So you understand what it means now?
You see, market.
Do you understand what built up is?
Yeah.
What about water body?
What about the what is here? Really?
What is What is vegetation?
Vegetation.
You understand those ones? So those are the terminology we are going to be using here. If you hear me say bare land, these white things are bare lands. These white colors represent its a reflection. So this anywhere you see white is what? Bare land. And what do you say it is in your language? So if you see these greens, look. You see them? The vegetation. If you see blue, uncle. Now, that's where complication comes. Each of these things are a dependent of the band. Each of these are a dependent of the band combination. Now we need to look at band combination. You see, we have now this whole thing. Before we proceed, you need to understand this image is already having color, but the one I open here don't have color. They are blacks. Do you know why that is? Do you know why it is black? Because they are individual colors. Now you need to put them together, 3 bands together to give you a color. That is the reason why when I open here, you saw 654. Because 654 joined together, the 6 is red, 5 is green, and 4 is blue. That is RGB, red, green, blue. So 3 of this color together gives you a color. If I change this to 641, you will see the difference now. The band has changed. You see, this is still water body, but you see that the color has changed. Now, when you come to built up, you will see that the built up may has also changed. So you see that the built up has changed. From the previous color you saw, built up has changed, but bare land still remain the same. What about vegetation? Vegetation may has also changed color. Let's check. Vegetation has also changed color. It's no longer showing green. What if we do 4, 3, So this one is natural color. So let's take a look at band combination. So we'll just search it directly. I don't have to. Band combination for Landsat X. Now, you see this is S3 band combination. So we're just going to look at them together and then so that you understand some of these things before we proceed. Now you see, they're explaining each of the band, which I expect you to go and read. Band 1 is coastal aerosol, band 2 is blue, band 3 is green, band 4 is red, band 5 is near infrared, band 6 is all of that. And then thermal band 100 is sample to 30. They're still explaining the band, okay? But let's look at band combination, which is now. Now, these are the band combination for, you have natural color. So I think I should snip this and send it to you, okay? So natural color is 432. That one I just put. First color urban 764. Vegetation 543. If your study is on vegetation, you want to know the health of the want to know the health of the vegetation. Let me snap this. Want to know the health of the vegetation, 543. For agriculture, when you want to know farmlands, this is the band you use, 652. Atmospheric penetration, 765. Healthy vegetation, want to know which vegetation are healthy, you use band 562. Land and water, 564, which was the band we're using 654. But if you want to know the health of the water and land, is 564. Natural with atmospheric remover, 753. Shortwave infrared, 754. Vegetation, 654, which was the one you see I was doing for vegetation analysis, which was the band you see me used. So I will show you how you will be able to just change this band on this software. Now, most people, when they want to do band combination, they will just select 3 bands and do. If you do that, that means you have to be doing it over and over. For example, let's say you want to now do another thing. You have to now change, you will do another band combination. But you can do all the bands together. That's why you see I am switching between bands. You see that we have band 1 to 7 here. So if I want to just switch to any of the band, I will just switch. See, I will just switch. Any band I want to switch to, I will just switch. Can you see? So that's what I want you to understand, because you need to understand the terminologies and what is needed to be done on this very software, because you need to, this is purely remote sensor. You need to understand what the band combination, if you want to do this, you know, to do that analysis, you need to understand the various band combinations that are needed for them. I need to know each color, what they represent. For example, on this band now, you see that the water body is still within blue, but it's not just, it's more like a dark blue or something. Now, the vegetation now are bearing something like red. You can see, that is on this band. So each band has a way to which the color of the futures will turn to. Okay? So on this thing we have that healthy vegetation is 562, right? Okay, let's look 652. Let's look this agriculture. 652. Now, they didn't tell what color will be this agriculture. So that's why you can now pick this band and ask. You can just pick where is the band, pick this band, and you can. I'm just showing you what you need to do in time of confusion, because remote sensing is a lonely road. All right, you may see a lot of information, but you may not know how to process it. So you can just pick this band and say, what color will the agricultural land be? So now, in time of this, it will be able to explain to us, okay, in this using band 6, 5, and 2, agricultural land typically represented by a bright green color. That's according to a series. This bright green color indicates healthy, rigorous vegetation. Dull green may indicate other types of vegetation like mature trees. We're talking about bright what? What is it saying? What did he say? Bright green indicates what? He's still talking about typically of agricultural land. Typically. It's still vegetation, because even there, but it's typically what? Agricultural land. So let's look at whether we have such in this image. So let's also bring Google Earth to the equation to be able to verify. We're verifying if it is agricultural land. I don't think this is really agricultural land, but they are actually vegetation. So let's check to be sure. Because you need to understand the interpretation of this band, because anything you pick will actually say another thing. So you need to be sure of whatever you're picking. Now, see the mountain you're talking about. This looks like a mountain, but I'm not sure. So that's why you need the Google Earth to be sure what it is. I hope you're getting what I am doing. I'm just doing all of this for you to understand. Do you understand? From indication, we may have agricultural land here. I'm not sure. Let's check. It's not still showing as agricultural land. You will see ridges if you see agricultural land. So that's what I want to show you. But mostly you'll see that close to residence. Good. Are you seeing? Can you see? Can you see? You can see ridges, right? Now this is inside. This is even what? What did you see? Stark race integrated farms. Do you understand? So this is a farm. It's a school. You can see farmlands. You can see these are farmlands. These are farmlands. You can see ridges now. Can you see? These are farmlands. So this color represent what? What did we say represent again?
That green.
Yes, this bright green. You can see ridges, right? You can see farm. Can you see? These are farmlands. All of these places, see, they are farmlands. So you're getting what I'm explaining to you, because nobody will really sit you down to explain these things like this. So you better understand these things so that whenever you are doing this thing, you always think of, okay, I need to have, your eye is the best remote sensing device. So you need to be sure of whatever you're doing before you proceed in doing it. So then, now that we understand agriculture, you see the way the water body is showing. This one, you don't even need to use anything. You already know when you see it, you know. So if you check well now, we'll have farmlands around here because it's river. And you see communities are close by, so definitely you will see farmlands. They are actually thick vegetation, which means farmland may be integrated into it. That's the reason I'm avoiding those places. Understand that? So you mostly find farmlands close by to the house. So except your study is on agriculture. If your study is not focusing on agriculture, you don't need this. You just generalize all of them into what? Vegetation. But if your study is focusing on agriculture, then you need to pick out farmlands from the vegetation. And if your study is on vegetation, then you need to have dense vegetation and less dense vegetation. Dense vegetation are all those forests and all of that. So, do you understand how we can drive vegetation, water body, right? Good, so let's proceed to bare lands. Now, that's why we're using Google Earth to help us be sure of whatever we're saying, that it is. So I'm saying that this is because it's white, so I'm saying it is bare land. So we're trying to verify it to be sure that what I said or what my eye is seeing is true. So if you look now, there's nothing there. Those are the smoke, but nothing is really there. So it's actually bare land. Can you see? Can you see? You're seeing that? It's actually bare land. So you verify before you pick the samples. Okay? I'm showing you now the use of the Google Earth. So by the time we reach where we'll do supervised classification, all of that, I won't be explaining all of this. We'll just get into doing it. So I've shown you what, and what have I shown you? One. What have I shown you that you'll be able to do here? One. Identify what?
Yeah.
And
Identify water body.
Identify farmland,
Yeah.
or agricultural land,
And
vegetation. What about build up? Have I not shown you? I never show you that one. Okay. No problem. I will show you again. So each band, like I said, has a way to which it reflects. Now, if we switch this to band 4, 3, 2, you will see that it changes. See, water body is now showing white. Do you get? This is natural color. So water body is now showing white. Now, so what do we now identify as bare land now? Bare land is also showing white. So this may not be a good band to use for this, because when you pick this, it will identify it as water body and all of that. So at the end, it may not have a better result. You can see it's actually a stadium, but there are bare lands inside stadium. So that's another thing why you shouldn't use this band 432. except if it is Landsat 7. I'm talking about Landsat 8 now. So if you use 5, 4, 1 or 2, you see that this is now your VLAN. So if you look at built up now, you see built up has a better color. Then the reds are what? Vegetation. The water body is showing almost the same color as built up. So that may be another complication. So you need a band that distinguishes their color. So for now, my favorite band is 6, 5, 4. This is the band I normally use. So you see water body is different. Now there is still another issue on this very band, because if you look, you will see that here is showing as if it is built up, but it is not. Do you understand? It is not. So let's try 754 and see. So you see that the vegetation is coming out well, but now the problem is, let's check our built up. The built up, and this is still the same. So you need to, before you start, that's why I screenshot this thing to give you, so that you'll be sure of which band will go well for you. So you need to try all the bands and see which one will really go for you. So we've tried this, let's try this 564, we've tried 753. Okay, let's try 753. 3. So they are still roaming the same color. So which means when you classify this, you have here showing as built up, which is another issue on its own. All right. So you need to try the band, and your expertise also matter. By the time you practice, this will become a challenge you overcome. All right. But from the start, you'll be having issue. You should just thank God for the Google Earth you have now. So you keep trying and trying. So you keep changing the bands and see if it's going to work. Now look at something. If we switch this now, this is different from here. Yeah. So you may just try the bands and see which one works, but it's now the same thing as water body. So this is where you need to try as many bands as possible.
Which one you use?
Well, I've been using 6, 5, 4. I've also been using 641, and you can see this. I've been using this band. You can see that there is a bit of distinguishing color, but just that they are now almost similar with water body. But I've been using these bands. Okay, so I've been using these bands. I've been using 6, 5. Maybe 654, 65. Just keep trying the bands anyway. The one that will now work. So sometimes this is more like you're doing trial and error, because you have to classify and until you see better result. All right. I think I did a classification yesterday. Let's look at it. No, it didn't really solve what. I should have the issue. So this was the classification, and you see what I was saying. Look at. Did you see? This is actually the built up, but included here as built up. Do you see? So this is not good as far as this whole thing is not good. So you need to keep doing it and keep doing it until you get, all right? So until you get result that really counts. But another thing is, I'm using the whole two Landsat together. So it's possible that if I go to my study area, this may fit in. This is another case scenario. So let me carve out my study area for what I am doing. Then we'll see if we have a So this is my study area. So I'm just going to remove it and to extract it. Where do I have Katia here? Go. So this is my study. So let's go back and bring it. Like I said, it's a vector, so I've shown you how to do that now. So now, from indication, if we want to check this, it may not be a correct thing, but let's check this area. So this is the area. Let's check the build-up that is there. See, they are only little built up, but you see what it say? See, this is the only serious build-up here. But look at what it's telling us. See the way, the rate of which build-up has been developed here, which is not true. So this is why you need to see, this is the main build-up here. As a matter of fact, the rest of the thing are mostly what, not built up. But it's telling us that all of these places are built up. Do you see? It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So that is why you need to keep doing it until you see better results. Alright? So I believe you understand all of these things I explained, Sha. Right? Okay. So should we make progress? Alright, so let's ID class. ID class. Call me like in an hour time. Now, to do layout, I showed you that we have these individual bands. So if we want to make these bands to have colors, be able to have anything meaningful, we have to produce an RGB, right? So you can have more than one set of RGB. Do you understand? Like, the 7-band can produce over up to 100 to 100, 24 different RGBs. So what you will do is to put all the bands together. So to do that, you come to raster. So basically what we'll be using more, and like I told you the last class, we'll be using more of raster. Okay? So you come to raster, then you see the spectra, you touch it, and then you see layer stack. So you click on layer stack. Now once you click on layer stack, you have what we call input file and output file. Now the input file is where you bring all the bands into. So you click on this folder. Once you click on this folder, you click here, and then you navigate to, if you don't have, because you now is a brand new, try it in your own. Since it's brand new, you click on here, then you look for your local Dixie. So C or C. So then you look for the folder to which your work are gathered in. I'm just showing you. So then you'll be able to get whatever you want. Now, what we want to do is in this folder, so go to dataset, and then 2015. So we have this. You must have extracted it for you to see. So once, now, most people will say, if you look, your own is showing all file-based raster. So you don't need to bother yourself. As far as it's a raster, it will show. Except when you decide to now put it as IMG or any format that is not the previous format. But the best thing, just put it on all raster-based format. Then you will see any raster file. So you click and enter inside. So once you enter, here you're going to pick it one by one. So you pick band 1 and you click on OK. Then you click Add. You go back. You click band 2. You click on OK. You click on what? Add. You click band 3. You click on band 3. You click on OK. Add. Make sure you don't repeat them. If you repeat, you have to clear. So, yes, if you repeat, you have to clear. Because you can't remove just one band. You have to remove everything. So you do click on Add. Now what I mean by when you repeat, I will do it so that you see. I click on OK. So now I've added it. If I click again, you know it's going to add again.
Yes.
If I click, it's going to keep adding. So at the end, you have plenty bands that is the same repetition. So you just clear it, and then you start again. Good. So you click on band 1, click on OK, Add. Click on band 2, click on OK, click on Add, like that. Band 3, OK. Band 4, click on Add. Band 5. Basically, I'm adding all the bands. Then we have band 6 and 7. 6. And band 7. Click on Add, right? Now you've added all of them. So we have 7 bands here. So you now click on Output. Then you go to the folder to which you want to save it. So if, like me now, I already have all the previous folders, you may not have them. So you have to be navigating to a folder until you now have those histories. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to, which year is it? It's 2015. You click on OK. Then you click on what? OK. Now another thing is, if you just want this band to, while you're creating this composite, if you want it to come out in just a clip area, you can do that. But we'll not do that now. Let's just create, then later we replicate that. So you just click on OK. So it's going to come up with a file, and then you see it's going to process. bring your phone, let me send you one of the Lancet fan. So you see that it has finished, right? It has finished, so you just click on dismiss and you click on close. Now to view this, you see that it automatically didn't come in like ArcGIS. You have to go and bring it. So you click on file. Now the last tax is actually the whole thing. That is one thing with it. The last tax, it will be the last tax. So you just click on add. So it's going to be added. Or you already know, you right click and you open raster and then you go to the folder to which the file is in. So if you go to the folder now, we should be able to see it. So data set, then I think should be 2015. And you have it. Do you see? So these are several ways you can open it. So if you're not seeing it, but you have to right click and fit layer to window. So that's your file. I think this one has enter. So any question?
Just one.
You say?
I don't understand this part.
Which part is that?
It's just come one bar, like one bar.
You know the C color. It's not one band now. All the bands are inside. If you click on it and come to multispectra, you see all the 7 bands are there. So that's why it's coming as color now. Now before you see that it's purely black and white now. So let me bring one of the black and white bands so that maybe you have a better understanding on the software. I'm just going to bring band 1 so that you understand. Do you see it? Purely black and white. Even the water body say you not really understand saying a water body be pure white. It's black and white. So by the time we add, it's now showing a color. So if we see that now, look at something here. Here is showing what? Panchromatic, which means not just one band. But here multi-spectral. So if we change it to 6, 5, 4. What did you see? Yeah, that's what I was saying. So once you bring it in, you now come to what? Multispectral and be changing those colors so you don't have to create another layer stack again. Most of the times people just create, maybe like, let's do it so that you see. Once they come to raster, they will just come to multispectra and then the layer stack. And this time I will just go, just bring in 3 bands out of all of the bands. So let's say they want to use band 6, 5, 4. So they just say 6. I think even our lecturer, that's what they do. And if you ask them, they'll tell you that's how it's supposed to be. But they didn't just understand, that's why. They did not. So 6, 5. You bring them in that ascending order, 6, 5. And I don't even think you should bring it. Even if you bring them anyhow, you'll be able to still arrange it. 6, 5, 4, 3 bands. So I click on this one, and I'll just see. I'll just go to the folder. I'm just going to do 1, 1. I'll just put in any name, then click on OK. So it's going to come directly with this color that we're having here. Do you understand? So let it finish so that you see. So it has finished. So let's bring it. You see 1, 1. Like I said. So you see the band is coming direct. Now let me put this. Did you see any change?
No.
Did you see any change?
No.
Just come as what? The direct band. Because we put 6, 5, 4. Now, another thing is, if we go to the multispectra now, you see it's only showing 1, 2, 3. Because it's only 3 bands we put in. Now, that will not allow us to change anything. To not allow us to change anything. 1, 2, 3. It won't allow us to change anything. Only within these 3 bands. But look at what this one is doing for us. We could change from any of band 1 to 7. Now that is what I'm explaining, that is the best way of doing your layer stacking or band combination. You bring all the bands that you may or you may not use. Based on, you may be switching to check some certain features to be sure before you continue whatever you're doing. Are we on perfect understanding? I won't be taking this class too far because this is more calculative. So I'll leave it like this. Tomorrow we'll continue from wherever we can. Let me see what we have in the syllabus. So we've just done linking and Google Earth. Well, we did metadata and MTL files to this. Then we did layer stacking, which is band combination. Now we're supposed to do subsetting or image clipping. We're supposed to do radiometric correction, but this radiometric correction comes before. We will not do them. This very image we don't need to do, but I'll show you how it's been done. Because the image we downloaded has nothing to do with radiometry. It has been corrected. Geometric correction, image registration. We will do mosaicing and pan sharpening. Alright? So we'll take it slow because though we have a lot of things to cover, but we'll take it slow so that you don't bust your head, right? So, any question before we call it a day? No question.